What is good, chat? It is currently 12:50. Computer, what day is it?
Today is Monday, August 18th.
Monday, August 18th, man. We done got basically everything done. A few things I want to go over today specifically. Dang, I just lost all of it. Fuck. But anyways, to start it off, like I said, we got a lot done last night. I made a list of things I needed to get done, like listing items, refreshing items, sending offers to people, obviously doing the Instagram reach outs, doing some research, calling eBay, listing some more items in Macari, looking for items. I think the only two things that I haven't done yet is contacting my student about payment method and all that stuff. And funny enough, I think he texted me and I'm yet to respond to that because I've been doing other things, but it was that and also looking towards, what's the word? Trading my shoes for an Xbox if potentially possible. The replicas, of course, because there are people out there that want to buy replicas. Like I said, I won't hold them. Fuck it. If the replicas are good enough, I'll take them. I just feel bad selling them as real. That's the only thing that like morally crosses a line. So if there's somebody that wants some replica shoes for an Xbox Series S or X, fuck it. I'll trade that and then make the money from the Xbox with it. You know what I mean? That way I'm not deep in the hole, and I'll also have a console. So that's kind of how my brain thinks quite often. Another thing I've been doing, and I'm currently doing right now, is I'm watching some more Japanese videos just to get more accustomed to what I should be expecting and yada, yada, yada. You guys know this is a daily thing by now. Oh my God, I feel like there was something I was supposed to tell you. But either way, earlier today, I was biking. I made a TikTok about it. I'm probably going to post it on my YouTube Shorts as well. But nah, I think YouTube Shorts I'm just going to leave for edited content only. But like I was about to say, earlier today at around 10 a.m., like 9 to 10 a.m., I went biking to get my money deposited. So the $80 was deposited to my account. I did see that there was only $40 left in my account after all the fees and stuff had been taken out from like other little things, which is cool with me. That'll run me up back to 120. And I called eBay, like I said. eBay told me to wait about a day or two, because it's only business days that the system moves, apparently. So I was like, okay, cool. I guess that makes sense. So I'll check back on Tuesday, see how that goes. Or I'll probably check back Wednesday morning and see how that goes. Other than that, we're really moving smooth. I've gotten most of my work done for today within the first 2 hours of me being awake. Now, the rest of my time is going to be spent making money moves, like I just explained with the Facebook Marketplace kind of thing, and looking towards seeing if there's any cars in my area that I could purchase when I do have my money for it. So, what I'm probably going to do is buy that car, sell it, or not buy that car, but buy that Xbox, sell it, make the money out of that, take the profit, put that towards the car, buy the car. Hopefully I can get me a nice little like Nissan Altima with a rebuilt title or something like that. Sell that for about an extra 1,000 to 2,000 more than what I bought it for, and kind of just roll out with that and just start moving. Oh, this was the thing I was supposed to tell y'all. First, my credit. So make sure you guys remind me about that in a second. But I was supposed to tell you guys about my credit. And number two was... Fuck, I blanked again. Anyhow, I'm still trying to get over the brain fog that I've been dealing with for the past few days. I'm sorry. But, like I was about to say, oh my God, I lost it again. What the fuck? I think I'm getting like slight amnesia, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, this shit is bad, dude. We're gonna sit here until I remember what the hell I was thinking about, man. Fuck. I can't fucking remember. That's bad, bro. That's bad. And I don't even know where it's coming from. I'll be real. But the fact that I'm forgetting it that easy, like it literally, I had it and then it just disappeared into the thin air. I do think it's Grow a Garden. I think the brain rot's starting to catch up to me, bro. I'll be real with you. I went from an intellectual to a straight dumbass within the span of a week of planting tomatoes and beanstalks and shit like that. But um, oh my God, what was it that I was supposed to say? I'm gonna leave all of this in the video so you guys can see like how bad this shit gets, bro. Oh my God. Um. Okay, with my credit, I think I'm gonna give up on, or not give up, but I think I'm gonna stop leaning so heavily into the credit. Just because, like I was saying earlier in the few videos, since I am moving to Japan itself, the credit system is different there than it is in the States, and my stuff doesn't transfer over. So I'm trying to think, and I'm going to spend. This is another task on my list. I'm gonna spend a lot of today seeing how I can kind of get that credit history wiped off my account, and not bad, like, because I have some experience with wiping credit, cleaning up credit, rebuilding credit. So I'm gonna see if I can go through some of those branches and get some of that stuff wiped off. See if I can do some work on my credit history and stuff like that. Now, if I really wanted to go hard in the paint, I could save up some bread, like let's say a band or two, pay somebody to put me as an authorized user on their account, take out a loan, pay off all my debts with that loan, and what's it called? Yeah, and then get out of their credit line, and then once I get off of their credit line, I could go ahead and what's it called? Wipe that shit. Like, I know it sounds crazy, but like in the hood, you learn some, like, you don't learn credit game. That's some suburban shit. But like, if you mix hood and suburban, like, mental state, bro, you can really do some devious shit. Is that illegal? I don't know. If it is illegal, I didn't mean to teach it, but yeah. So basically, I'm gonna go over it one more time. Like I said, I don't think it's illegal, and I'm not telling you how to wipe your credit, but I'm just saying, like, go to somebody or save up a band or two. Go to like a family member, a friend, somebody that you know has like 750 to 800 credit score, like a grown ass adult. Say, hey, I need to use your credit as an authorized user on like an Amex Platinum or a Chase Sapphire Preserved or a Capital One Venture X or some shit like that, like Navy Federal Flagship card, something, some big high end card. Say, I need to be an authorized user on that account. Use that account for about a month or two and just spend nothing on it for real. So spend 10%, 10%. You need the discipline for that shit. A lot of you guys don't have that. And I know I'm saying it, but like, hey, spend 10 to 20% on it. I would say spend 10 just to keep it safe. Pay it back at the end of the statement or when the statement's supposed to be, you know. And do that for about 2 months or 3 if you want to be super duper safe. And then apply for a loan and if they have high credit score, it'll be transferred to you. So if you went from like 600 credit score, you're going to be at like 750 or higher. That's if you don't have any crazy derogatory marks, which you can also get wiped off because, you know what I mean? I just got 2 of mine wiped off, so, you know what I mean? So, anyhow, go ahead and do that. And like I said, you're going to go ahead and apply for a loan. Make sure the loan is large enough to cover all fees and bills that you have to do. And pay that shit off. Or not pay that shit off. But use that to pay off everything. Do not use that credit card that person gave you anymore. You don't have to touch that card. Because if it's an Amex card, you should get like a baby Amex card in the mail. Because I almost did that for my mom at one point. And then I was like, you know, and I'm not trying to, you know what I mean, blow my credit up or nothing like that. So I need to keep it steady. Back when I was building up my credit score high. And I got to 750 credit score. And then I fucking tanked it. But, you know, it taught me how to rebuild my credit. So, boom. You go ahead and, like I said, you stop using that credit card. You get a loan, let's say, of $20,000, $25,000 from like your longest history bank or something. Like if you have Navy Federal, you should get that shit easy peasy lemon breezy. If you have like any other major branch like Bank of America and Capital One, you might not get that shit. I'll be real. You might get like 10 bands. But if you got like a nice ass bank like a credit union, bro, you run that shit up. Get you about 20K. Spend that money on reasonable things. Get yourself out of debt by using debt, if that makes sense. So if you have like student loans, IRS, car payment, this, that, like stuff that you owe, like little cash loans or a homie you need to pay off, or like credit card payments you haven't paid off yet. Make sure you use that money to pay all of that off and then have it in one place. Once that money is in one place, you can do one of two things. And in my case, I can definitely do one of these two things. You can A, pay that loan off slowly over time, like a normal loan. Make sure that you're no longer a part of, you still could be a part of that person's authorized user because you're not going to be using your card. It's just boosting your credit. So, why not? Or you can pull what I'm potentially may not do, where you can just straight up file for bankruptcy after taking out that 20K. So take out that 20K and yes, pay off all your debts and file for bankruptcy. Once again, I don't know if that's illegal. I'm talking about in GTA, of course. Like, I'm not saying go do this, of course. Don't go do this, you know what I mean? I'm just saying this is like brain confuddlings that I have in my head, you know? Or what you could do even better is take that money, move it, or you can't move it cash technically because it's traceable. What could you spend that money on to keep it? I don't think you could, because technically, if you file for bankruptcy, they can seize your liquid assets. So you would have to move it in a way that's non-seeable as a liquid asset. So maybe if you like cash apped yourself a large sum of money, and made it look like you were cash apping it to somebody else. Once again, this has to be credit card fraud of some kind or some kind of fraud, bro. I don't know. This has to be illegal. But these are the kind of things I'd be thinking of. I'm thinking of like, what are loop arounds in the system to potentially have it to where like you can get out of a sticky situation, worst case scenario. Like, this is a worst case scenario game plan. Don't just rinse this shit. Like I said, this has to be slightly illegal in some fucking way, or somebody's getting screwed over in this somehow. Maybe it's just the banks, but somebody's getting screwed. So I wouldn't recommend doing something like this, especially if it's illegal. Because we don't... Well, what Babyface he say? I saw that shit on YouTube. I don't condone that. But yeah, that's the thing I was thinking about. But secondly, I was thinking, and I was talking with dude or Brody, and I was like, yo, if we move to Japan, the housing stuff, first of all, paying monthly would not be a problem. As long as we're pushing under 1,000, we'd be straight. And really, we can push higher than that. Like, we could push 2 bands, 3 bands, 4 bands, 5 bands, but we'd have to split it 50-50. And the thing is, I'm saying, like, I want to be as good as I can in the green. Like, my monthly payment that I want to personally pay is anything under 500 a month. Anything under 500 a month, I feel like is green as fuck. And I don't have to worry about it. Number 2, another thing I wasn't going to talk about in this video, but I'm thinking about it now. I'm thinking the car plan that I have, right, where I want to buy a car and flip it and then buy another car, flip it, buy another car, flip it. I'm like, there's a chance it may not work. I know entrepreneurship is all about taking risk, and that's what I've been doing for a long time. I could play it safer. It's going to take longer, but I could play it safer and I'd make less. But I could keep doing what I'm doing where I'm selling like backpacks and clothes and stuff like that. But then I'm thinking about it as well, and I'm like, that's so little money to start up. And the main plan for success, or like the schematic that I have for success, I'm giving you guys so much free fucking game in this video, it's not even funny. I'm probably going to list this free game. This is not free game. Like I said, what you can do, and I've said this before in one of my videos, I didn't label it though. You start off with $0. If you don't want to work a job, you don't have to work a job. Find a way to make $100. You make $100, you start drop shipping, or you start selling something, like use $100 from like stuff that you can sell in your house, because I know you have something in your house worth over $100. So spin that. Hold up. So spin that, right? Once you do that, you want to make sure that you get that money and reinvest it into drop shipping of some sort or flipping of some sort. You're going to double, triple, quadruple your money, right? You're going to get a band. Once you get a band, go buy you a car, a rebuilt title or something like that. You need to develop mechanic skills. In my case, this is my schematic for making money. From zero to hero type shit. So, because we all know, all entrepreneurs know, to go from 0 to 10,000 to 1,000,000 is hard as shit, right? It's not that going from 10,000 to 1,000,000 is hard. It's 10,000, or it's going from 0 to 100,000. That's hard as fuck. I don't know what it is. But once you hit that 50K to like 60K mark, you're green as fuck. You're green. Like Irish Spring green. Like, bro, it's easy. Once you hit 100K, you know how easy it is to make a meal, bro? It's not that fucking hard. Anybody that's ever made higher than 100,000 knows how easy money just starts fucking moving after 100,000. But when you're at the 0 to 10,000 mark, 0 to like 50,000, 0 to 100,000, shit feels like it's moving slow as hell if you don't have like a recipe for it. And I've been cooking for a little bit now. I'm 21. I've been cooking for a little fucking bit. I'd say like 6 years. Is how long I've been like trying to make money and stuff like that. And this is a recipe that I've been doing since I was like, 14-ish. So yeah, about 6 years. And bro, if you go ahead and get you onion, and in my case, getting me an onion is flipping some items, not drugs. But if you go ahead and get you an onion, you sell that, you flip it, you sell it, you sell it, you flip it, you sell it, you sell it, you flip it. Once again, not drugs. You're going to get $1,000. You get that $1,000. Once again, I'm doing this legally, not drugs. You get that $1,000, you buy you a car. You buy that car, you flip that car for $3K. You get that car, you buy 2 cars, or you buy another car. You save the other little bit. You pocket that, pay your rent, pay whatever you got to pay. You know what I mean? Keep yourself in the green, my nigga. Because that IRS nigga will get your ass, man. You gotta beat them niggas off of the pole. Pause. Another way that I found out that's very easy to not be taxed. I'll talk about that after this. But anyways, you buy that car, you flip that car, you keep the 2K, you buy the next car with 1.5K or 1K or something like that. Like, keep flipping that shit. Make it more. You buy a car for 1.5, you sell it for 4. You buy a car for 2K, you sell it for 6. Like, keep flipping that shit. Don't go too high, though, depending on your area. Like, my area, I'm in the suburbs, so Nissan Altimas, anything under, like, 7 bands is my sweet spot. Because anything higher than that, I gotta get, like, money counters involved, banks involved, and all sorts of shit. Like, if you give me 4 bands, I can through that shit. 7 bands, I can through that. But, like, anything higher than that, I don't feel comfortable meeting up with you in person and just counting that in a Walmart parking lot. You know what I mean? So I'm going to have to meet you at, like, a bank where they got a money counter and we can put it to the money counter. You know what I mean? So I can make sure that it's counted fully. And that's for me and them. Because I've never had this happen to me, but I'm sure somebody will eventually say, bro, you counted wrong. Or, bro, you charged me an extra Like, I used to record transactions and stuff like that. So what I do need to get me is another pair of Ray-Bans once I start selling cars again. That way I can record the transactions as they go down. That way I can keep myself in the clear. Like I said, if there's one rule to this shit, it would be keep yourself green at all times. Keep yourself in the green. And when I say in the green, I mean for all aspects. Money, with the law, with taxes, with all that. And the way that I can stem that into the taxes, the way that I would say you can avoid taxes while doing this kind of method is keeping your money fucking cash. Don't be a dumbass, okay? I'm not going to tell you guys all the sauce because obviously I don't want my shit blown up. But, like, keep your money cash. And when you're selling and buying cars, people prefer cash regardless. Nobody wants a fucking check. And I know that sounds crazy because, like, bro, wouldn't you prefer a check for large sums of cash? Not necessarily, because people could bounce checks. That's something you need to know about as well. But once again, anytime you put your money in a bank, it is traced. You are taxed. You are taxed an entrance fee, taxed a withdrawal fee. Now, you're probably thinking, how am I charged the interest fee, bro? You sound dumb as hell. If I take 10 bands and I put that money into a bank account, you don't think the bank is counting that shit and taking a piece of that shit later down the road? They might not do it right now. It might be $0 to put it in. But they will tax you on that money, bro. And that's what your taxes at the end of the year look like. Me, I haven't worked a job since the beginning of this year. So my taxes are going to be low as hell, right? But we know that I've made money since then. Now, how much money have I made? I don't know. You're going to have to talk to my lawyer about that. But it's really easy. And I think a lot of millionaires do this method. Or once you're like under the 100,000s or under $1 million, you could do this method. Because obviously you don't have to have that much money being shown. Actually, I'd say under 100,000. If you're under 100,000, you could do this method. Once you hit 100,000 to $1 million plus, move your money into stocks. Now, why would you move your money into stocks? Move your money into investment properties or stocks. And the reason I'm saying that is because those items cannot be taxed, and you will most likely be taxed on a high withdrawal, or not high withdrawal, but high yield, or not a high yield. What the fuck is it called, bro? Short-term capital gains. If you take them out right after you put them in, kind of stuff. When it comes to the taxes on those stocks, you will be taxed from there. So if you can make an LLC, put your money into those two systems, and pay yourself out through your business with a steady stream, you can lower your tax bracket. So let's say, I'm giving you guys a fucking crash course here. Oh my God. So let's say, right, I make $1.5 million, or let's make it super simple, and let's say I make $2 million, right, this year. I made $2 million. I'm going to get taxed in one of the higher brackets. I forget the exact amount that I'm going to have to pay in tax, but I'm probably going to have to pay, what, 200K, 300, probably more than that. Let's say 300K plus in tax, right? Which is crazy as fuck. Who's paying that much? And I really think it's more. I'm going to be real with you. Depending on how you get it. Now, in my case, it would be through day trading, which means I'm going to be trading short-term through capital, or not short-term through capital, short-term through day trading, meaning I'm getting taxed from short-term capital gains tax, which is around 40 to 60% depending on the value. So I'm getting taxed $1 million damn near. No one's doing that shit. So you want to know how you get around that, or how millionaires get around it? They'll take that same money, right? They'll already have an LLC by now, obviously. You may need to make money before you get legal. Everybody knows that. You're going to go ahead and make an LLC. They're going to make that LLC once they hit like 100,000 and whatever, because they already know the game plan. They already know how this shit going to get down. Every dollar you make, do not intermingle your fucking funds, you dickhead. Do not intermingle your funds. And what do I mean by that? I mean, don't go make $60,000 on a sale for like a vehicle, let's say, and put that money in your personal bank account if it was a transaction done through your business. Because the courts will rip your ass apart, man. I'm talking in it. Like, they'll take your shit. Don't do it, bro. So what you want to be doing is making sure that you have a fail-safe or a middleman in the middle, which would be your business. You go through your business to make a sale. Your sale goes through your business, and then you pay yourself out a portion of that money, just enough to live comfortably, or however much you want to pay taxes on. And you can manage that money however much you want. It's kind of like a gas blowback pistol. You can manage the amount of gas that you want from just by changing a little something here and changing a little something there, like, you know what I mean? Or changing the direction of how you want your money to move through like the hop-up system, you know? So be very mindful of these things, and you need to do a lot of research on this. I was doing a lot of research on this back when I was making a hella lot of bread, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I still got hit with them fucking taxes, I ain't gonna fucking lie. Because I never started an LLC. And the thing is, I knew this shit, never started the LLC. Because I was like, I ain't going to make that much money. I made that much money. And I was able to kind of write off my Tesla because it was a electric vehicle. And it was not a certain age, like past, you know what I mean? But like, It was only, I think I read off like 30 bands on that shit. I made like way more than 30 bands that year, obviously. And I also wrote off this house. I also wrote off this house a little bit. Don't ask me how I did that shit. I'm not gonna talk about it. But I wrote off this house. I wrote off some Goodwill donations. I sold a lot of my clothes. Like I'm talking about like 12 big fucking black duffel bag worth of clothes. Which I ended up giving out to Goodwill. Crazy, yeah, I know. And then I put the price of those obviously to the amount I bought them for. You know what I mean? Also made a huge donation to some charity groups. So like, bro, there's methods to this shit. These are the kind of things that people don't teach you in school. But like, bro, there's ways around legal. All of that was legal that I just told you about, by the way. Yeah, there's legal ways to do that shit. It might be frowned upon, but I mean it's legal. Also, there's some very unethical ways to do it, like through churches and stuff like that. But that's the ultimate money rinse. I'm not gonna fucking hold you, bro. But I'm not gonna talk too deeply about that. I'll cover it real quick. So basically, pastors, them multi-million-dollar like mega mansions, churches that you see, them pastors, yeah, they're rinsing money through that business. And like I said, it's unethical as hell because it's a religion, but they're rinsing money through that. All those donations that they're getting through the offering pot, yeah, that property, yeah. And especially if they have a house on that property, whew, they they paying like $0 in taxes a year, bro. I'm telling you, bro. But everybody knows in America the only thing that is worse than death is taxes, bro. Having to pay taxes. And obviously the working class does have to pay more in taxes just because they lack the knowledge. So obviously I had to teach myself. Like the information is out there. It's a YouTube video away. Like I'm teaching you niggas this. Like come on, bro. People just don't want to know it, bro. I'm probably gonna label this "How to Avoid Taxes 101." What else should I talk about while I'm on here, bro? In the case of Japan, I'm wondering if it moves the same way. I'm gonna have to do a lot of research on their legal system now that I think about it, but I don't really care all too much because I don't need to dodge taxes like that. Once again, most of my money is through. Ooh, you know what I just thought of? I'm gonna get double taxed because my money is gonna be coming in through the U.S. and it's gonna be transaction through the U.S. And then it's gonna be transaction into JPY, where JPY is then gonna be taxed. And then my income that I'm getting from the ATMs are going to be tracked through the JPY system, through the exchange. Shit. Or I could use the trader thing that I was talking about where I just trade my own JPY and then I can have that money paid out to me through my LLC. But the question is, how do LLCs in Japan work? Is it like the US? So many questions. Because if that's the case, then it should be easy for me to get like bank accounts and citizenships and all that if I'm making high steady income. Because technically, a business is paying me out, a United States business, but in reality, it's my business paying me out. Hey, that shit's fire, bro. That's fire. That's how my brain thinks. I'm telling y'all, bro. So if I do that, then I have proof of income. I'll have lower taxes. I won't have to worry about exchange rates through like ATMs and all that because I'll pay myself through like my bank account details. But the question is like, when I get paid out through a US bank account, how do ATMs work in Japan? Bro, I'm really gonna have to visit and see all this for myself and have to like kind of tell myself this because like if an ATM works like how I'm thinking it works, it wouldn't work that way though. Because I'm thinking, okay, I have a United States bank account. That's what's getting paid out, right? I take that money and I put it in the stock market and I do it through there, yada, yada, yada. I have to move that money into a JPY account somehow. how would I move that money without opening a bank account yet? So I'm thinking, like, can I wire that money to, I know how, international debit cards. I have a Navy Federal account. I have Bank of America I could open. I have an Amex account. I have a Capital One account. Like, one of those 4 cards have to be able to be used. I know American Express might not be, but one of those 4 cards have to be able to be used on an ATM machine at JPY in Japan. And I can just take the money from the ATM through there. Once again, I will be taxed on transaction through the US, but I'm gonna have to be paying taxes on that anyways, and it's gonna keep it very minuscule. It's not gonna be a lot. I'm gonna have to pay like transaction fees at the most, and then I can have, and then I could just get the money cash in JPY. You technically don't even need a bank account in Japan. The only way I'm thinking like you would need a bank account for Japan is if like you needed a loan, which obviously we may need a loan at one point to purchase a house, maybe a car, but I don't think it'll be that much. You know what I mean? I was looking at some like import cars a while back for the SC300 I was thinking about buying in the Toyota store, and they're like 12K. In the States they're 36 and more. That's insane. And these are like fully built Toyota stores too, like clean ass Toyota stores. So okay, we're already plotting a scheme on how to avoid taxes in Japan. Once again, all legally. I'm wondering if you could also do write-offs with vehicles in Japan as well. I'm gonna have to look up a video of how taxes work in Japan. This is actually interesting. YouTube.
Here's YouTube.
Yeah, this is interesting as hell. How do taxes work in Japan?
Getting that from YouTube.
Yeah, I'm about to watch this right after. Okay, so basically that's everything for today, right? We spoke about how to avoid taxes. We spoke about how to make hella bread. We spoke about the game plan. We spoke about every fucking thing, right? Another thing I'm thinking, bro, is it even worth making friends in the United States at this point? And I'm saying that because if I know I'm going to be moving to Japan soon, which is my final, like, destination kind of thing, like, that has to happen. And the reason I'm saying it has to happen is because, first of all, I need to get out of the States. This shit is bad. Secondly, I want to experience more things. And third, I just don't want to deal with the United States government. They are not the guy, like, bro, fuck no. Japan just sounds cool. Anywhere but the United States just sounds cool. And, I'm thinking, I'm like, bro, should I even make any friends? When I get to Japan, will I even be able to date? Like, will I be solely dolly for the rest of my life? Like, is this my life now, bro? What about what do I have to learn? There's so much to learn. There's so much to do. And I feel like I'm going to start overwhelming myself soon, but I have all day to think about it. And I will spend all day to think about it. I'm not going to lie. Because, bro, that's crazy, dude. Yeah, man. I'm going to leave the video at that. Actually, I lied. Real quick, I noticed another thing as well with YouTube, and the reason that the algorithm isn't kind of catching as bad as it used to, but why my YouTube shorts will. Bro, the attention span of the modern day youth is crazy, bro. Like, it's bad. I feel bad for you guys, man. There is the occasional YouTube, like, comment or like that I get, and I do appreciate those very much. But, dude, I'm looking at some of these, like, analytics, and it's not because my videos are boring, right? Because my old videos used to make better analytics, and they were way less informational and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, maybe 90% of it is the fact that I'm making shitty videos, right? But, bro, the attention span of anything longer than 30 seconds is cooked. Without bright flashing lights, without, like, loud banging noises, and without, like, funny jokes every 25 seconds, people just they start drooling from the mouth and they like start slowly blinking one eye at a time. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, bro. I'm leaving it. But once again, these aren't really intended for views. Obviously, views make me feel good and whatnot, but that's more of a personal thing than anything. Yeah, I would love to get paid out through this, but it's not really my main, you know what I mean? At one point, or at some point, I am kind of thinking like the goal job that I want to have is just posting YouTube videos like this, where it's unedited, just raw content, and I'm getting paid through that in Japan. That would be sick as fuck. And I would love to make that video format into like vlog style content, which I will have to probably edit, but making like raw vlogs in Japan, I feel like that would be dope as shit. And just seeing like the transition from me from the States to Japan to making a bunch of money to starting a business in Japan and like getting citizenship and all that. I feel like that'd be super tough. Because I like to make content that I know the old me or the future me would enjoy to watch. So I don't know. I'm not really making it for a specific audience or a specific target, but I am making it for the future and past me. You know what I mean? But anyhow, I will leave you guys at that. I need to go take a shower again. And yeah, probably go lay down a little bit and watch some of these videos. I love you guys, and I will check you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.